free organic fertilizer from trash to treasure. So just to add a few other important points and to reiterate some things a little. If you have not yet seen my video of how I got to here, I'm going to link it in the description. You can go ahead and watch it after you watch this video. My Jamaican Backyard Garden, Portmore edition. This is Gardening with Stacey. Come garden with me now, man.
And what a nice place to live. Sweet jam.
Welcome and welcome back to my food forest in containers. So guys, as you can see, I'm under an umbrella. It is raining. So I was due to fertilize my garden with my liquid fertilizer inside here, but it is raining. And when it is raining, I do not fertilize. Alright? What I was gonna do after I fertilize with my liquid fertilizer, I was going to go ahead and top up the kitchen scraps that I already have inside here. So what I do on a weekly basis, I would get me some kitchen scraps and top up the container. And then over time, maybe after 2 months or 2.5 months, I change it completely. Alright, but on a weekly, it is good if you can constantly or daily. If I'm feeling myself, I would add the little that I have on any particular day, but I prefer just do it once on a weekly basis. I just top it up. Alright, so if you have not yet seen my video that I did recently of how I got to here, I'm going to link it in the description. You can go ahead and watch it after you watch this video, so you will have a better understanding of how I got to here. Alright, and I just want to add a few things. For one, it is raining. When it is raining, I do not fertilize any at all. I let the good Lord fall His good rain on my garden and my plants enjoy it. The rain basically have all nutrients that your plants will ever need. So that's the best natural fertilizer ever. So just to add a few other important points and to reiterate some things a little. For one, I do not apply the liquid fertilizer to my plants unless I water them first. No, what that does is allow the plants to absorb the nutrients easily. Also, sometimes the liquid fertilizer can be strong. So even though it's your kitchen scraps that you use from your kitchen, no chemical added, it becomes concentrated over time. So it can be a little too harsh for some of your plants. So currently I do not dilute my liquid fertilizer, and that's because I've been using it over the years. So when I'm using it, I am careful not to allow it to touch my plants. So what I do is apply it directly to the soil. Alright, back in the days I used to do foliar spray. It's been quite a while since I've done it. When I used to do it, I made sure I diluted my liquid fertilizer to prevent any damages to my plants whatsoever, because it can actually burn up your plants. No, when I fertilize my plants with my liquid fertilizer, I do not water the following day. I leave it for at least a day before watering my plants again. And the reason for that is giving it time to settle in the soil so that the plants can absorb it properly. That is very important. Alright, for example, today is Thursday evening. I would water Saturday morning, right? So, but if it was in the summer, I would water like the Friday evening, because you know the plants would dry out so quickly in the summer, especially where I'm living here in Portmore. Another thing is, so of course I do not use my liquid fertilizer if it is raining, because what happened, all of that rain will eventually wash away all of that fertilizer in the containers, especially if it is raining heavily. If it's very light rain, it is pretty much okay. It will not do too much if it does anything at all. Those are some things that you need to bear in mind when you're applying your liquid fertilizer for it to work properly. I'm pretty sure your plants will love it Additionally to using the liquid fertilizer, I add manure from time to time to all of my containers, and I also bury kitchen scraps in the containers. And also I generally prefer to use my liquid fertilizer in the evenings. So I've seen where a lot of persons recommending using it in the early mornings or in the late evenings, but I prefer just using it in the late evenings. And the reason for that is simply because during the heat of the day, there are going to be some form of evaporation taking place, whether in totality or partially. Some sort of evaporation will take place. I'm not willing to share my I am not willing to share my fertilizer that way at all. So I prefer it gets the entire night to settle properly. So now at the stage that my garden is, I fertilize 3 times per week, and it depends on a particular plant. I may add a little more, like for example my coconut tree, I may add a little more fertilizer now and then. Alright, so you can watch out for your every feeders and see if they need more at any given point that is not within your fertilizing schedule. Alright, so you act accordingly. Usually what I do is mix it in, like try to get everything to come together, because if you just go ahead and just take up, then whatever residue that is at the bottom, you'll miss that. Your plants will miss that. So you mix it with the intention of combining everything together. But I'm not going to spend much time doing that. I just need to get the mesh out of the barrel, and then I'm going to add this to it and put it right back. What I was planning to do is to use what is inside here, then add this to the mesh, and then add water. Let it stay there until the next time around. Oh, one thing, what I usually do is leave some of this liquid fertilizer in the barrel, so I don't use all of it. So when I add the fresh water to it, I already have some sort of kickstart already, so it's not starting all over. It's like a continuation. So let me just quickly do what I need to do. My gloves. Alright, so I'm just going to rest it on here. And I rest it on here, so whatever juice may leave off, I can just throw it back inside there. Quite heavy right now. So this is what it looks like inside, and I haven't mixed it in together, so it is much richer than what you're even seeing right now. It smells a little bad, but I get used to the smell. So this is where I leave you for today. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, walk good. Come garden with me now, man.
And what a nice place to live. Sweet jam down.